Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of December 2021, and we're producing our regular morning update, providing prices, news and economic data to be announced. Today we see gold and silver fallen a little further ahead of the FOMC announcement due later today. And we should not forget the retail sales figures, which are also being announced either. So let's take a look. Welcome to Illuminati Silver. It's Wednesday, the 15th of December 2021 at 10:45 in the morning. We were not going to do a video this morning, but we've got the chance to do so because there are some exciting things happening. The weather today is sleepy, cloudy, but calm, creating an air of sleepness. However, what's not sleeping today is UK inflation, where it has topped 5%, according to Bloomberg, the fastest pace in a decade. Let's take a quick look at that. UK inflation surged to its highest level in more than a decade in November, exceeding 5% months before the Bank of England had expected. Increases in the price of clothing, auto fuel and second-hand cars drove consumer prices up 5.1% from a year earlier. Core inflation, which strips out energy and other volatile items, climbed to 4%, the highest since 1992. The overall rate of inflation was up from 4.2% in October. It's increased by 3.1 percentage points in the space of just 4 months, the fastest gain on record. Without the threat posed by the Omicron variant, the figures, as well as data pointing to a strengthening labour market, may have been enough for the Bank of England to raise interest rates on Thursday. But with new government restrictions adding to economic uncertainty, investors and economists expect the Monetary Policy Committee to delay the move until February. The pound gained 0.2% after the data to $1.32. Government bonds fell, sending the yield on 10-year securities 2 basis points higher to 0.737%. The reading will be uncomfortably high for the MPC, but Omicron necessitates a little more patience. So, will interest rates rise on Thursday? Perhaps the Bank of England will surprise the markets. It has no duty to advise them in advance. We shall wait and see, but obviously with the pound strengthening slightly, we'll see in a moment that the dollar has weakened slightly, in retrospect. BBC News, again playing on UK prices, rising fastest in 10 years. Energy firms face stricter tests after collapses. And a pub chain owner saying, I've had 3,200 bookings cancelled at my pubs. Let's go to US, Canada. US surpasses 800,000 COVID deaths. Trump ex-chief of staff in contempt of Congress. So that has now been passed on to the Justice Department. And US Congress narrowly votes to raise the debt limit. So we've mentioned the dollar. Let's take a quick look. Dollar is down slightly, 0.11 at 96.45. Energy prices also down slightly, $0.75, with WTI crude now falling below $70 a barrel and Brent crude at almost $73 a barrel. Equity markets in the US yesterday broadly down between 1/3 and 1%. Asia Pacific overnight are mixed. The Nikkei and Topix index both up, but the Hang Seng and CSI both down. A little bit of a mixed bag in UK and Europe. UK down 0.35% currently, but the Euro stocks and the DAX and the CAC are up approximately 0.5%. Important economic news today. We have retail sales coming out of the US and retail sales excluding automobiles. We have the import price index. We also have the Empire State Manufacturing Index. We have the NAHB Home Builders Index. And on top of all of that, we have the all-important Federal Reserve FOMC announcement and Jerome Powell's press conference. So we're expecting some moves today, although we'll see in a moment that gold and silver have already started to move. For many, in the wrong direction. Yesterday, the NFIB Small Business Index came out slightly higher than expectations at 98.4, but so did the Producer Price Index, come out at 0.8%, compared with an expectation of 0.5. We produced a video late last night because we were unable to produce one in the morning. We see no such problem after today for the very near future, so we shall continue with our morning updates. If we get the chance, and we're aiming to do so, we will put out a video this evening on what happens with the Fed, or we may wait until tomorrow morning and give a more comprehensive update in the morning update. So it really does depend on what's covered and how the markets are reacting. Gold prices at the moment have fallen back over the last 24 hours. They're currently standing at $1,769. That's down $15. If we compare that to the closing price on Friday, it closed at $17.83. We now have $17.68. So we're about $15 down from that close. Silver prices are down 34 cents. I'll refresh the page just to make sure it's current. Actually, it's worse. It's now down 39 cents at $21.84. If we bear in mind that last Friday they closed at $22.20, we can see we're down 36 cents. Is that right? Yes, 36 cents. It having dipped to an extremely low level on Tuesday, but then recovered somewhat and is starting to fall back again. Cryptocurrencies, meanwhile, are doing quite well, up 3% for market cap at 2.2 trillion, and we're seeing Bitcoin moving back above 48,000 again. That's it for now. We're keeping it as short as we can because, as we say, we will try and get a video out this evening. Thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up. Gold and silver are going to move determined to some degree by what the Fed does, and also what the Bank of England does tomorrow. If we get the Fed being hawkish on tapering and then the Bank of England being dovish, we'll see a much further strengthening of the US dollar. If they both raise interest rates, then we still expect the dollar to strengthen, but not as much. And if, when I say both raise interest rates, I mean if the Fed is hawkish and the UK raises rates, and if neither of them do so, and they both remain dovish, then the status quo, and perhaps we'll see a slight tailwind behind gold and silver. We're not holding our breath for that as yet. Thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Until either later or tomorrow morning. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.